Come ring in the new year in Denver. Celebrate with parties, champagne toasts, live music, and dazzling fireworks. Catch the firework displays from the 16th Street Mall at both 9 p.m. and midnight. And come check out the incredible Mile High Tree, presented by Xfinity, a free one-of-a-kind lights experience. Enjoy sparkling new adventures for a spectacular new year, only in the Mile High City. Plan your celebration and find great hotel packages at milehighholidays.com/NYE.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Our area's most beautiful properties deserve the finest realtors. Meeks Realty Group. We focus on buying and selling residential and commercial properties throughout the tri-state area. Contact Meeks Realty Group online at meeks.us or call 304-440-1101.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey folks, good Friday morning to you. Welcome to the show, the final show of the year 2023. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show at 580 Live comes to you from the Par-Mar Store studio. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. Par-Mar and Game Changer present the annual Par-Mar Shootout on the campus of West Virginia State University, February the 5th through the 8th. 4 big days, 8 exciting boys and girls basketball games each day. First games tip off at 9:30 a.m. For a complete list of games, visit Par-Mar stores on Facebook or X. And if there isn't a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. And we're brought to you by the Thornhill Auto Group, including the all-new Thornhill Toyota on the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 in Chapmanville, where their grand opening celebration and Toyota-thon continue. Visit them in person, US 119 in Chapmanville, or online at ThornhillToyotaWV.com. Welcome to the show. Love it when a plan comes together. Now, I thought we were going to have the return of Miss Amanda this morning after a long hiatus. Turns out the hiatus is going to be a little longer than expected. I got a text from Miss Amanda early this morning that her hot water tank decided to explode, quite literally. So no Miss Amanda this morning. Instead, grab someone from the newsroom. You hear her every morning on the morning news, and she frequently pops her head in here to tell us things that are going on in the world. But today she's on for the full ride, talking about Carrie Hodousek. Carrie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. I'm good. I've been in this studio now for the past more than 3 hours. So.
Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, Hoppy's off today.
Yeah.
So if you could just do Talk Line, and also on Hotline this afternoon, and possibly Bongino, if that's possible. Could you do all this?
Take care of all the shows.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's some weeds need to be taken care of up the transmitter. If you could just get the weed eater and go up there, we'll take care of that.
Yeah, I'll replace the heater in here too.
Yes. It's an ongoing thing. We had heat for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we did. Yesterday was fine.
But I understand we got an email this morning that it's a work in progress, that it's something I wouldn't understand. That's the Flamadoodle or something like that. It's supposedly going to be in later in the day. So.
We'll have more luck in 2024. That's what I'm hoping for.
That's your New Year's resolution.
Yeah. We're gonna to not freeze in the studio.
We're going to be talking to Carrie throughout the show, and also we're going to be joined by Andy Shea, who's the owner and CEO of the Charleston Dirty Birds, as the Salango Law Light the Night continues over at Gomar Ballpark. Final couple of nights of that. Andy's going to join us, talk about that a little bit later on. Plus, Miss Hodousek, you get to play 10 questions.
Oh, Oh, gosh.
Oh, boy. It's always interesting, and when I've had people on here that will say it's interesting being on the other side because you make your living interviewing people. Now you get to be interviewed.
It is. I think I've only been interviewed once or twice in my life, and it is the most awkward feeling because I'm always doing the questions.
Exactly. All right. So we are going to get to that a little bit later on, but right now it's time to welcome in our good friend Hannah Gardner from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. Hannah, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fine. Hannah, Carrie, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Good.
All the pleasantries now have been exchanged. All right. As always, I got the picture of our pet posted on Dave Allen Radio and Facebook and the Dave Allen Show on X. Hannah, tell us the story of Hamlin.
All right. Hamlin is a male. He is about 1 year. I'd say he's a fresh 1 year, too, because he still kind of shows as if he's more like puppy-like. He is very playful with other dogs. He definitely still pulls on the leash some, so he would benefit from some leash training. Also, from what we have noticed in our care, is that he was kid-friendly. He actually was adopted prior to being at the shelter again, but of no fault of his own. The children were actually allergic to the dog, so they had to bring him back, which is perfectly okay. He's looking for another home now, and he is a really, really good all-around dog. He definitely would probably be a good one for somebody who has a fenced-in yard that he could run around in, or someone who likes to go hiking or being outdoorsy a lot, because he does have a lot of energy. He is still young. And we do consider him one of our class clowns because he is loose and wobbly, and he's just fun, and he just doesn't really care. He's just so happy to be alive. He's just such a good dog, and he is ready for a home.
You said he likes to be around other dogs that are playful too. So what kind of, what's his personality like? If you could talk more about that.
What kind of reindeer games does he like is what Carrie's asking.
He's just a really playful dog in general. He likes to play with other dogs that are equally as playful. He likes to run around. Like when he's in play groups, he's very playful and alert. He's, like I said, he has showed to do good with kids, but where he is so playful, we always advise caution just because of how, rambunctious little playful dogs can be. And he's not little. I shouldn't say little. He's about 51 pounds. He's about an average-sized dog, but he definitely is looking for a young couple or even a family that is willing to take him in and play with him and give him that space to roam around and stuff. So he would definitely be a good one for that. And he did come in as a stray to us, so we don't know much about his past, but from what we do know since he's been with us, he's just a really, really sweet, loving, playful dog.
Any idea what kind of dog he is? I mean, I'm not good at, even though I'm a pet person, I look at the pictures that you sent. And by the way, again, the picture is posted on my Facebook and on my X page. Any idea what kind of dog Hamlin is? Or Carrie, do you have a guess?
I don't. I'm more of a cat person, but he is a cutie, though. I'm looking at his picture right now.
Any idea?
He definitely gives me, which, we have no idea really what he is, but he gives me like lab schnauzer-ish kind of vibes, maybe even like, I wouldn't really want to say poodle-ish, but definitely could be. Maybe even a little pitty, but you'd be surprised because I have one that looks like her, and she is a golden mixed with a pitty, so who knows? But she's definitely, or he is very, very, very sweet, very, very cute.
Well, and as you said, through no fault of his own, he was adopted, and then they had to bring him back because apparently the kids were allergic to him. So I wanted to throw that out there. I don't want to kind of throw a monkey wrench into the whole thing, but we do want to make sure that maybe people realize that maybe take the dog out for like a kind of a trial run, bring him to the house and see how it does, because sometimes there are people that have allergic issues when it comes to any kind of a pet. So we want to make sure that's the case. And hats off to those people for realizing that and bringing the dog back to the shelter as opposed to just like setting it out somewhere. So hats off to those people. Go take a look at Hamlin's picture. We'll kind of do a recap on Hamlin here in a couple of moments, but I want to talk to you, Hannah, about your event that you held at Todd Judy on Patrick Street last week. How was that? You took some animals on the road as we were speaking last Friday. How'd that turn out?
Yeah, we actually had a few adoptions at that event, and it was pretty successful. We had a lot back at the shelter as well. So throughout the whole day, it was pretty successful, and we are doing it all over again this weekend, I believe, on Saturday. So we'll be there from 12 to 2.
Now, is that at the Patrick Street Todd Judy? Is that right?
Yes, the Patrick Street location, and Todd Judy sponsored all the adoption fees, so it'll be $0 for everybody.
All right, and big shout out again to Todd and Becky and all those folks over at Todd Judy, because they go above and beyond when it comes to, well, they go above and beyond when it comes to the community in general, but especially with animals, and I know you folks at the shelter appreciate them. Anything in particular that the shelter is in need of at this time?
Yeah, so I know that, of course, we're still always accepting blankets and sheets and stuff like that. I know that we could use our usual stuff, which is like soaps, trash bags, some, again, blankets and towels. I know that we were fine on cat food there, so I believe the last I heard was some puppy pads and stuff like that. So we could really use all of that for right now.
All right. Well, Hannah, as always, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for being on. This is the final time we'll talk to you this year. You haven't been fired, though. You'll be back next week, I promise. It's you're a spectacular person for everything that you do there. You and Angie and everybody at the shelter. We appreciate you taking time each week to talk to us, and we'll talk to you again in the new year. Happy New Year, kid.
Happy New Year to you guys.
All right, thank you. Again, it's Hannah Gardner from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. Hamlin is the dog's name. 1 year old, not fixed yet, but will be. Microchipped and vaccinated. Prefers playful dogs. Lots of energy, Carrie. Seems kid-friendly. Somewhat loose and clumsy. I love that description.
Yeah. And he's a class clown. I love that.
He's a class clown. Could use a little bit more leash training, they said, and he's around 50 pounds. But again, was adopted, and the kids apparently had some issue with the fur of the dog. In that case, I'd say get rid of the kids. But that's just me. That's just me being a jerk. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that. But I do appreciate, though, again, as I said to people, bringing the dog back to the shelter instead of just throwing it out somewhere.
Absolutely.
They did the right thing there. So plenty of pets available for adoption, including Hamlin. His picture is posted on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and the Dave Allen Show on X. So go check out Hamlin and go get yourself a new pet for the new year. Carrie, you are a cat person, as you said. Is that right?
Yeah, have been my whole life. I have a cat myself. He's 2 years.
Your cat's famous, by the way.
Everybody asks about him in the newsroom. His name's Charlie, named after Charleston, because I started my radio career here in Charleston, so I thought it was only fitting. And I got him when I moved back to West Virginia about a week or so after I had made the trip back from California. But yeah, he's 2 years old. He'll be 3 in March, and he's just, I call him my little buddy. He's attached to me all the time, very clingy, has a big personality. He's the first boy cat I had. I had girl cats growing up, but there's a big difference. He's just like bigger, likes to fight. He kind of acts like a dog almost. He does not like to get left alone. So
It kind of sounds like my wife and I have a cat. We did have a female and a male, and they had to have the female put down last year. So now we just have the male. His name is Grady, named after Grady from my favorite show, Sanford and Son, growing up as a kid. Grady also thinks he's a dog. Grady follows me pretty much everywhere I go in the house. It whimpers when I leave in the morning, and is very excited to see me when I come home. And, I like dogs too. I like animals of all kinds. I really do. But my life and my wife's life is just really not conducive to having a dog.
Yeah.
Cats, our cat came in as a stray. He never goes outside. He has no interest. He looks out the window, but you open that door, because he came in on a morning. We took him in when it was like, 10 degrees, some cold morning in the winter. And, you open that door, he's like, I'm not going out there. Yeah. You're crazy. You go out there.
Yeah,
I'm not going out there. That's kind of the way our Grady is. But, all right, we're going to take a break. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants, the only accredited commercial lab in the state for asbestos and mold. Asbestos was banned in some building products, but it isn't banned for all products in the U.S. Don't expose your family or your workers to asbestos, mold, or lead paint. Get with Pinnacle Consultants. They offer real estate and environmental assessments for hazardous materials and air quality. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can hurt you. Andy Shea for the Dirty Birds coming up next. The final couple of nights for the Salango Law Light the Night over at Gomart Ballpark. Andy Shea is going to join us to talk about that. Carrie Hodousek is here as well. Ryan Nicholson is our producer. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Hi, this is Eric J. Tarr with the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. The families here at Generations Physical Therapy, Snap Fitness, General Hardware, and many others here in our region are wishing that your family has a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
After years of decline, West Virginia's economy is finally on the rise, and it's been an all-hands-on-deck effort. A critical member of our state's economic development team has been Republican State Senator Glenn Jeffries. For decades, Glenn Jeffries has run a successful contracting business, creating thousands of good-paying jobs. Now, as chairman of the Economic Development Committee, Senator Glenn Jeffries works tirelessly to help bring new jobs to our state. Vote for more jobs. Vote for Republican Glenn Jeffries for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to elect Glenn Jeffries.
When you meet someone for the first time, a beautiful smile is the best first impression. If you desire a beautiful smile, no matter where you are in your dental journey, let Garib Dental Group and their experienced dental professionals help make it a reality. From routine cleanings to complex cosmetic treatment, simple fillings to advanced implant placement, Garib Dental Group is prepared to handle any smile. And with the latest technology conveniently placed at each of their 6 locations, Garib Dental Group is prepared to handle the most complex treatment plans. Visit GaribDentalGroup.com to learn more. We love to see your smile.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
$9:23. Welcome back to the show. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Text line for Fruth is 304-935-5008. And again, the text of the show are brought to you by Fruth Pharmacy. Shop locally. Shop Fruth Pharmacy. Fruth has been your hometown pharmacy for 71 years. And our phone calls are a service of Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly. When shopping at your Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, be sure to join their loyalty program. You can save big at the gas pumps and throughout the store with their electronic coupons and free gifts on Fridays just for stopping by from farm to table. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, the best kept secret in Charleston. Carrie Hodousek is here as my guest host this morning. Carrie's all excited. She used to play 10 questions a little bit later on.
Oh, I'm preparing for that.
There is no
mentally prepared.
There is no preparation for 10 questions. Okay, just so you know, Andy Shea is with us right now. Andy, of course, the GM CEO of the Charleston Dirty Birds. Andy, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I am doing fine. Thank you for being here, sir. I appreciate you taking time. I'm kind of asking. It's kind of obligatory that you have to do this anytime you have a guest on the show or on television or whatever. Any New Year's resolutions for you?
Well, I work in sports, so I think I need to be a little more fit than I am currently. And I'm feeling it big time after these holidays and your classic 2 kids under 5 that are sick nonstop. So, yeah, I've got the classic health related and that's a good start for me.
Okay, all right. What are the odds that you're going to be able to hold on? I mean, because you look at you, you're not exactly like a big fat guy like I am.
Well, well, I don't know how I do on the diamond right now, though. Okay. So, anyways, that's not exactly the goal, but no, it is something that I've I don't want to say prided myself, but worked towards the entire time I've been in this career because I work in professional sports, and I can see how guys who, may not be athletic or interact with the team, the players. I mean, it's a real thing. So it's always been a goal of mine.
All right. Well, good luck with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll check back with you in, January 10th or something like that.
There we go.
That's what happens a lot of times. What happens a lot of times. All right. Final days of the Salango Law Light the Night at Go Ballpark. And what a season it has been. You had this vision and you explained. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Go back and explain where the vision for this came from. You did it the last time we were here, but in case people missed it, where did this whole idea come from?
Absolutely. So about at this point, it'd be about 13 months ago, I went to something like this. Not at the exact same, obviously, and not in the same city, stadium, anything. But I went to something like this with my then 4-year-old son and with my mom. And, I mean, it was, at that point in my son's life, definitely the number one thing that I felt like I had taken him to, that he just enjoyed, that he was fulfilled, that we probably needed more time. And as I was leaving, driving on the interstate that was close to that stadium, I saw the giant Ferris wheel. And it was almost like that was the time where it clicked, where I was like, wait, that's Charleston Stadium. And with 64 right there, and you see that, and like you have the visual and all of that stuff. So it really was soon after that. I mean, it was right around Christmas last year that I really, really started talking to people, both in the city government here as well as some of the other people who had done these things, and the people who actually order all of the crazy amount of lights and visuals and all of that good stuff. And it was awesome. Starting in January, this one guy, I mean, he's an absolute beast. I mean, he was making these drives up from Texas pretty much every other month. And I mean, it's, I would tell people this entire Light the Night event where it's like, hey, that's not a coincidence that those lights are like the exact fit for that wall and the exact fit for the exact amount and scene and everything on the field. I mean, this guy and with us and with our team, I mean, we really had one heck of a design and map for it. And then it just kept growing. I mean, that's what's amazing. It just, the idea, the visual kept growing. You kept seeing how it would work in our particular stadium. And then the thing that was just super awesome was the entire, 1+ month of setting this up and everything. The amount of people that drove by that saw it, that walked by that saw it, that, trick or beat. That was an amazing little, what would you call it? Grassroots marketing of sorts. Yeah. So that really helped kind of people start visualizing it themselves, because I was so excited. But I think that last month or so was pretty awesome. When it's in your head, sometimes I think, Andy, trying to get that imparted to other people, it's like, it's in my head, but it looks like you were able to execute it pretty much as to what was in your head. No, and you're spot on, because, it's so unique, it's so big, it's so different that visualizing that to people, I could show them videos of other stadiums, which helped. I must have said the term Winter Wonderland 10,000 times. Right. It was the go-to, but it's turned out absolutely amazing. Give me some, wait for it, ballpark figures. There we go. See what I did there, Karen? I get it. See what I did there on attendance for Light the Night. I mean, give me some figures. How many people have come through? We are currently over 100,000 people, and we've got a few days left, and we'll see. Every day and every week and every experience is a first. So I've, going into Thanksgiving, I had absolutely zero idea what to expect for Thanksgiving night, for Black Friday, all that stuff. I had no clue what to expect for leading up to Christmas. So, these next few days could be gigantic, really. But no, I think we'll be in the 120, 125,000 people range for the 6-week event. And those people that come in, many of them are not from Charleston. They come in from a lot of other areas, Andy. A giant amount. So between traveling and whatnot, I haven't been able to check the data in the last couple of weeks, but even through the first 2 or 3 weeks, it was over 40 states. And trust me, for a relatively new guy living here, I'm starting to learn a heck of a lot of West Virginia towns, zip codes, everything else that I had no clue about, because, I start seeing it. So, it really is. It's definitely the whole map. But, man, from a West Virginia perspective, it is absolutely awesome, the amount of people that have come. Talking with Andy Shea, the GM and CEO of the Dirty Birds. Carrie, I know you guys in the newsroom have done a lot of reporting on this, about the number of people that have come in. It's absolutely amazing. It really is. And what's the feedback been like from people? What do they say they like the most about it? Well, I think that they, so first of all, the thing that has been such a pleasure is that it's almost no negative feedback. That's what's been amazing. I think that a lot of people, and this was something that I underestimated, I guess maybe I'll admit, the ice skating rink. That has been outrageously popular. People have loved it. They've come back. They've rented it out in the afternoon. So that has been one that has been outrageously popular. The Salango Law Ferris wheel, that was one. That was a relatively last-minute ad for us, and now I can't picture it without it.
Yeah.
I mean, that is such a fun thing and so unique and all that stuff. And then, of course, the lights. Just being able to get lost in that.
And how many lights total?
It's minimum 2 million. Might as well say 4 million, right?
Yeah.
It's a giant.
Because I said on the air,
I
said one time on the air, I said 1 million, and somebody texted me and said it's 2 million.
It's
Dave.
definitely. It is certainly over 2 million, and that's even what we started with. We've even added in the last 6 weeks. But no, the other thing that's been really cool hearing anecdotally from people is that they come back. So you love to hear that, and they notice new things on the field. So with the lights, because it's just so, kind of stimulating and almost overwhelming that, people probably miss things, and they love being able to come back and see, oh my gosh, I didn't even see that last time.
We've been seeing these events grow bigger and bigger each year in the city of Charleston. That's part of what we do here in the news team is we cover these events. And so to see something like this just grow and explode, it's also about making use of the new turf field and what you have there. If you could talk about that too.
Oh, that's a 100% fact that, that artificial turf field that Mayor Goodwin's crew and the city of Charleston, that they really, they blessed us with that. And that has been a absolute, complete and utter game changer. For this event, but when you just look at the calendar, this calendar, and you talk about some ballpark numbers. I can't wait to pull all those because we had over, I think it was like 50 college games between WVU Tech, Marshall, and WVU played a game without Marshall in this year. Anyways, we had a crazy amount of high school games. We had a crazy amount of youth games. We had the Savannah Bananas. We had the high school state tournament. We had, obviously, the Dirty Bird season. We had all the camps that we did. We had a concert, our music festival this October. So there's almost a 0% chance that you'd be able to do half of that if we did not have the artificial turf field. So having that, and especially for this event in a bad weather month when, that could really tear the living heck out of the field on some of these nights or days after. Yeah. Whereas for us, we're open. We don't think twice about it. There will be some maintenance and stuff afterwards, but nothing that our crew can't handle in 2 weeks. Versus, again, if it was a real grass, again, if we did it, we would just have to be able to tell our team and visiting teams, hey, just suck it up. Sorry you're playing on a high school field, but, nothing we can do.
I want to go back to the ice skating here for a moment. Are you an ice skater, Carrie?
No, I wish I was.
The reason I say that is because Carrie, and we're going to get into her background a little bit later on, is originally a Jersey girl, and we here always think that anybody north of here that they're all on skates. That's just the vision that we have in our head. If you get a chance, I know I posted it on my social media. Our man Woody Woods from our sister station, The Beat, 107.3 The Beat. I don't really know what you call that move he was doing on ice skates over at the ballpark. It was better than I could do, I'll tell you that.
I saw it, and all I was thinking is the next Winter Olympics.
I was thinking seizure. That's what that's kind of what it looked like when I saw it. In between, yeah. but that has been a very, very popular thing. Again, something that would not be popular, or would not be possible, I should say, Andy, if it were on a grass field. You just simply couldn't have that.
I couldn't even imagine that. Yeah, it would. You wouldn't have a right field this season next year. And, it has been cool. It's been, you see some of these kids or adults that are whipping around there that are clearly know what they're doing, that, have great control, all of that stuff. But inevitably we have those little kind of walker type things for new skaters. You see 15 of those out there at any given time because whether it's kids or new people or whatever, they're just dying to check it out. They're so excited to try it. And, again, the way that it's interacted and people have just been so pumped to be there that the people who know very, very well what they're doing are totally cool and interactive. And it worked out perfectly beautiful and great with the people who were A1, not exactly
like I would be.
Right, well,
at my age, I'm worried about breaking a hip out there. That's what I can't stand. I got a couple texts here for you. One said, "Do the Dirty Birds provide wheelchair use for handicapped people coming to light the night? Are we handicap accessible?
We are 100% handicap accessible. That was one of the first things that we, that we included on our website that we made sure was possible and all that stuff. So to get on the field, it would be behind center field. There's a way, of course, all the way around the concourse. So, yes, by all means, it is.
Text says, this Salango Light the Night is first class all the way. Our state needed this display, and a big thank you to everyone involved in making this happen.
That's amazing. I've loved – I appreciate that. I appreciate that right here. And hearing a lot of those responses and support and, it really has been very special. And – quite frankly, the way that, I was already thinking, but the way that really my mind thinks then is like, okay, well, what more can I do next year? I mean, that's what's cool. And
again, this was year one.
Right.
As you said, you came in with a basic idea, but anytime you do any sort of an event, you sit down, when it all ends with a legal pad and you say what worked, what didn't work, what can we make better, how can we market it better, things of that nature. And when you put that in conjunction, Andy, with what went on with Holly Jolly Brawley and what continues to go on there, I mean, Charleston and Carrie, you see this as well. I mean, Charleston was kind of the place to be this Christmas season.
Yeah, when I was here 8 years ago, when I started in 2015, we didn't have any of this. We had some things, but nothing as big as what we're seeing now.
Yeah. I want to talk, switch gears before I let you go, Andy, and I want to talk about this. Before you know it, the balls will be flying and the bats will be cracking for the 2024 edition of the Dirty Birds over at the Go-Mart Ballpark. Any kind of a preview you can give us? I know we have with some new people in place over there. What are we looking for? I'm always thinking, I'm a baseball guy. Well, I'm a sports guy in general, but I'm always thinking about, especially in the winter, I'm always thinking baseball.
Absolutely. Well,
because it means warm weather.
So we don't have much in terms of like literal players or whatever, but I've got a great, awesome relationship and history with our new manager. He was my manager at our previous team when I was in Lexington. I've known him since, 2020. And we won the championship together in Lexington in 2021. Where PJ starts his roster is power. He is a power bat guy. Mm-hmm. That's number one. Number two goes to the bullpen. Then we're talking about, you round it out with the starting pitching and everything else. So PJ he has got one heck of a network. I mean, that's what I've appreciated and respected about him since day one. And, man, that guy is out there to win. If you that's his main priority. I mean, there are certain managers that want to be friends with the players. There are certain managers that just want to look cool. There are certain managers that are claiming this, that, or the other thing. PJ, it is, you can't look at it any other way. He is there to win.
What kind of other events are on the calendar for 2024? I mean, you did everything for the Down and Dirty. You had concerts and things of that nature. Can you give us a little preview of what you're expecting in the new year?
Well, I need some ideas.
All right.
I'd love some ideas. But
Carrie? Ideas. He needs ideas.
Well, I mean, I'm pumped to say, we're obviously, some of the Marshall games and Marshall WVU. That was the one that really kicked off the 2023 season. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had games before that, but that one, over 5,000 people for that game, that kicked off whoa, all right, awesome. And then it was 3 weeks later, Bananas, then it was a couple weeks later, the Dirty Birds, all that stuff. So, I love what everything will center around moving forward is kids, families, because it was so awesome hearing from so many random people over the last 6 weeks how pumped they were that they had somewhere to go with their families. And when I took my kids are 2 and 5, a bunch of, especially 5-year-old and his friends came out a bunch. They were never bored. I mean, it was so awesome. And hearing from the parents and hearing from everyone else how they were so pumped about this. So, both in terms of planning Light the Night next year, but then also whether it's a ridiculously cool Easter egg hunt or something along those lines, like things for kids and families, that is something I really, really, really want to grow at the ballpark.
All right. Now, again, give us the timeline, because the reason I wanted to have you on today is we're in the final few days of Light the Night. What's it looking like over the New Year's weekend?
Yeah, I think it'll be absolutely amazing, and we're going strong. I mean, that's
when's the last night?
It's January 1st.
January 1st. It's all the way through January 1st. So, and how is the weather? I mean, we've really only had one evening of snow here in the Charleston area, and I saw some pictures posted online. We had the night, it was a Monday night, I think it was, a couple weeks ago, when we had the snow squalls, coveted, whatever. It seems like people said, there's snow in the air, let's go to the ballpark.
That was a funny one. That was something I started hearing around Thanksgiving, actually, that people were saying, we'll be back when it snows. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. But that is ridiculously cool, and those pictures that we got were awesome. The one kind of bummer is that was our one dog night, so not exactly the best luck for that, but it was beautiful. And all things said, weather's weather. But I mean, I think it's great.
You can't do anything about it. But get your family out there over the next couple of days because, again, it's going to run through New Year's night, which is Monday night. Get over there, over to the ballpark, and come enjoy 4, 7, 8 million lights over there, plus the skating, plus the Ferris wheel, and everything that goes along with it. Andy Shea, appreciate you. Appreciate everything that you've done in making this happen. You and the folks at Salango Law for making this happen. And it's going to be even bigger and better for next year. But still got a couple of more days to take it in over at the ballpark, and I'll be having you on and your new manager on as we get ready for baseball season. I'm already ready.
Well, hey, we're ready. Trust me, he's ready. He was texting me. We gave the nice solid little, hey, Merry Christmas. Hey, have you found out about this? I was like, whoa, okay, let me get back. So, we're fired up. I appreciate it.
All right, Andy, I appreciate you being here. Andy Shea, again, the GM, CEO, owner of the Charleston Dirty Birds. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you part by Bridge Valley. Are you interested in improving your company's IT workforce? Well, did you know that Bridge Valley offers custom-tailored IT training to bridge the skills gap? At Bridge Valley, you can train for little or no cost. With a 50-50 salary match, Bridge Valley can also supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu/apprenticeships for more information. Back after this, it's Carrie Hodousek and me for the rest of the way on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Hi, this is Eric J. Tarr with the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Our families here at Generations Physical Therapy, Snap Fitness, and General Hardware are hoping that your family has a Christmas that is everything it should be. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Hurricane wants to make this a December you'll never forget. Get ready for a brand new year in a brand new vehicle. How about a new Jeep Gladiator starting at just $40,999? And if a new year of luxury is what you're after, then you've got to check out the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now Walker priced with up to $8,000 off. New Ram Laramies are plentiful at Walker with up to $15,500 off. You know, Gene and Ryan have also stocked the used lot to capacity, and that means that anything you want, Walker has it. From Toyotas to Jeeps, Subarus to Fords, and everything from cars to trucks and SUVs. Plus, you do know that Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals. So make this holiday season memorable and kick your new year off with a new ride. Take that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64. Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
Are you worried about retirement? Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is the premier retirement planning service in West Virginia. With years of experience and a commitment to personalized service, they'll work with you to create a customized retirement plan that addresses your unique needs and goals, whether you're just starting to plan or nearing retirement age. Stike Wealth Enhancement Group makes the process easy and stress-free. Visit StikeWEG.com for more information.
Securities and advisory service offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA/SIPC.
17 away from 10 in the heart of West Virginia, there exists a profound force that goes beyond the realm of sports, transcending limitations and fostering a sense of belonging. Special Olympics, a remarkable initiative showcased in the latest episode of West Virginia Enriched in collaboration with Huntington. It stands as a testament to the power of determination, unity, and unwavering support. See a video highlighting the Special Olympics at facebook.com/580WCHS. 17 minutes away from 10. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Carrie Hodousek is with me from the newsroom and is serving as the guest co-host for the rest of the way. Thank you for hanging out for the Friday Funhouse portion of the show. You know, Carrie, we talk politics all week, and it's just kind of like, I gotta have a little bit of break. Try to give a dog away, invite people from the community in. But we want to get to know you a little bit now. I mean, I'm a little bit biased, but I will say that, you're a part of the best news organization in the entire state of West Virginia. And by the way, I just got an email. I don't know whether you got this or not, that I think today's Jeff Jenkins' work anniversary.
37 years.
37 years.
Hired in 1986.
And you weren't probably born in 86.
91.
All right, 86. I would have been, depending on what. So that was December of 86. I was a junior in high school. Okay. Well, I don't want to talk about you or Ryan, either one, but 1986. Ryan says, Ryan's leaving me the guy's going, what's a 1986?
Yeah.
But congratulations to Jeff. 37 years, Jeff Jenkins, the head guy of the news department here. So that's certainly a milestone. Let's talk about your background. Where is home for you when you're not in the Kanawha Valley? Where are you from?
Well, most people have heard I'm from New Jersey, originally from South Jersey, right outside Atlantic City, about a 15-minute drive to the Jersey Shore.
Well, you probably would have appreciated the Bruce Springsteen bumper music that Ryan just played.
Yeah.
that was not planned, by the way, but go ahead.
It's very fitting.
Yeah.
No, but I grew up there. I went to college in Philadelphia at LaSalle University. I worked in radio for a little bit there and then got the job here in 2015. Coming up on 9 years ago, which is crazy, but I did take a brief break. I took a job out in California, in San Francisco, worked out there for 3 years, and then got the call to come back here because there was an opening to co-host the morning news, and how could I pass up an opportunity to work with Chris Lawrence and the gang? So I've been back here now since June of 21. So it's been great to be back, and just it was a funny story. I came back here and I was greeted with hugs. And normally on your first day of work, that's not typical.
That's HR frowns upon that sort of thing.
So
welcome back to West Virginia, though.
Yeah, people. It just felt like coming home to family. So yeah.
And by the way, somebody asked me this morning about Chris. Chris is off on medical leave right now. He is had a little surgical procedure. He's going to be back better. He's like the Bionic Man, He's bigger, better, stronger, faster. But he had some much needed medical things he's taking care of, not life threatening or anything like that. But he'll be back here in a couple of weeks. So we want to wish Chris the best. Talk about Carrie in high school. What was Carrie like in high school?
Carrie was in the marching band. I was in the color guard. So that's with the flags and the dancing. I did not play an instrument, so don't ask me what instrument I played. But yeah, had a lot of friends through the band. I did media classes, obviously, because in high school, that's when I discovered my love for broadcasting. I wanted to do television news at first, and then I got introduced to the world of radio, and I thought, wow, this is so much more interesting than TV. So now
explain that. Why was radio more interesting than television?
Yeah, so I just liked the idea of listening to a news story with sound alone and not having to focus on what this person is saying and what they look like and what's in the background. And because sometimes we can get distracted by watching a news story and not really paying attention to the meat of the heart of the story. So I would, listen to radio. I'd listen to KYW News Radio, which is the station back in Philadelphia, and other news stations back home. And I wanted to be one of those voices. I thought it was so cool to just get behind a microphone. You don't have to dress up or anything, and you can just be real.
The truth comes out.
Yeah. And you could it's personal. Radio is personal. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. And so when I went to New York City, because my family and I would take trips annually, Christmas time, we would see the Rockefeller Christmas tree because we were only about 2 hours south of New York City. So that was a thing we did. And one time during those trips, my dad took me to the NBC News studio tour out in New York City. And I saw an anchor desk for the first time. And I said to my dad, I want to do that. I just pointed to the desk. I said, what do I have to do in order to become a news anchor? And my dad said, well, you have to take journalism classes and media and you have to study communication in college. I said, okay. And then I started taking media in high school. So I did a lot of video editing there, but video editing wasn't my expertise. I always liked to run the audio boards for some reason. So yeah, in high school, I was a little bit of that media. I was always hanging out in the media studio. We had a newsroom. And we did a morning news program, GAMI TV. My high school was Apsagami High School. So
Axel what?
Apsagami High School. It's actually named after an Indian tribe in my town.
I've kind of figured that.
Yeah. So yeah, I did the morning news program there, and then I did the marching band all 4 years of high school.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'm always interested in talking to people about how they got here.
Yeah.
And it's refreshing to me to hear, and when I say a young person, and that's kind of a running joke between me and Carrie as the age thing, because she and Jarrett Lewis, who's a younger guy, I made the comment a couple of weeks ago. I came in, I said, good job, kids, or something like that. And I hear Carrie screaming from the other room going, I'm 30 blank or whatever. I won't give your age.
No, I'll be 33 in March.
Okay, so you can do the math. You said earlier what year you were born.
So I appreciate still being called a kid.
Well, I didn't know whether I'd offended you or not. I was like, oh man, I should probably, maybe I should watch that. I don't want to get called into HR again.
No, it's fine. The kids were running the West Virginia Morning News. That's what you meant.
But what I was going to say was, it was interesting to me, and it's kind of refreshing. And Jarrett's, obviously younger than you are, to have some younger people that are interested in this medium, because there is this thought, I think, Carrie, that everybody says, oh, radio's dead. Well, radio is far from dead. And the media in general, journalism, whatever, it's as strong as it ever was. It's just that the way sometimes that people obtain their information is a little bit different. We have as many listeners in radio as what we ever did, but what they're not always getting in the car and turning on 580. They're listening on apps. Shows like this or the morning news, you have to make them available at other times to people. You guys do a great job with a podcast that you do, which is basically just a summary of all of the news stuff. I have people that listen to my show that will say, yeah, I listen to them. I binge listen. I listen to like 4 shows in a row. Yeah. So media, journalism, whatever, is as alive as it ever was. It was just the way that we obtain it has changed a little bit.
It's so important, and I always say this, to get the younger generation involved in radio, podcasting, and bringing people like Jarrett and Catherine, who are kind of in that younger age range, to really push Metro News and 580 WCHS forward into that next generation of listeners. Because I ask people who are in their 20s, I say, where do you get your news from? And a lot of them, they don't, they're not always on Twitter, known as X now, or they listen to, podcasts, or they go on TikTok, actually. And so sometimes what you're seeing is news organizations turning to Instagram Reels and TikToks to have a little recap of the story of the day, because that's where the young people are getting their news from. Yeah, and that's very important. What does Carrie Hodousek do in her spare time? Oh, my spare time, I watch The Office and Friends, and I call my mom at home. But no, I used to. I don't do this as much. I used to teach at Capitol High School, the marching band there. So that was years ago. But I really did like teaching color guard and dancing, and I like cooking. I'm a big, I'm not that great of a cook, but I try to do different meals.
That's a coincidence, because Ryan and I like eating. Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to try different meals.
What's your specialty before we go to break? What's your specialty?
I always turn to Italian. That's because I'm part Italian. So I do a pasta bolognese that people love, and it's with ground beef and all these Italian seasonings and tomato sauce, and I make my mom's homemade meatballs. She gave me the recipe. So, anytime I'm asked to make a meal, that's my go-to.
Danny Jones just walked in.
Danny Jones!
I mean, you never know who's going to show up here. Hey, Danny, how are you?
I wasn't even asked to come here.
No.
I just kind of...
I thought we had a restraining order.
It'd be a good idea. I'm going to be on with Hoppy at 10:06.
Okay, all right. Well, you get to hang out with me and Carrie for the next little bit.
I like that.
Terry's getting ready. Terry. Who the hell is Terry? Carrie is getting ready to play 10 questions. It's a segment we do with our Friday co-host, so she's going to play, and she's going to play with an audience.
I'm dreading it.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back with 10 questions, and Danny Jones apparently too. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by General Hardware and Lumber of Winfield. Come check out the new contractor showroom, lumber yard, and more. They deliver service and quality right to your door. Don't buy till you get a quote from General Hardware and Lumber of Winfield. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for shopping locally.
Elevators. You take them for granted until they let you down. If you're working to maintain a stellar reputation, then let me introduce you to DC Elevator. We want to work with you to make sure your people get where they are going. What could be better than a new company coming to the area and already having 45 years of experience? DC Elevator is bringing a new culture of elevator maintenance, repairs, modernization, and installation to West Virginia. Don't leave your people hanging. For a free consultation, call DC Elevator at 304-345-7222.
After years of decline, West Virginia's economy is finally on the rise, and it's been an all-hands-on-deck effort. A critical member of our state's economic development team has been Republican State Senator Glenn Jeffries. For decades, Glenn Jeffries has run a successful contracting business, creating thousands of good-paying jobs. Now, as chairman of the Economic Development Committee, Senator Glenn Jeffries works tirelessly to help bring new jobs to our state. Vote for more jobs. Vote for Republican Glenn Jeffries for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to elect Glenn Jeffries.
Thrive with 5 at the best community bank in the Kanawha Valley, Poca Valley Bank. Poca Valley Bank is now offering a certificate of deposit special, 10-month APY, annual percentage yield 5%. Take advantage of this great rate to grow your savings. For more information, stop by a Poca Valley Bank location today or call 844-782-2651. Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Certain terms and conditions apply. Rates based on minimum annual percentage yield. Subject to change without notice. Minimum deposit required of $10,000 of new money not currently on deposit with Poca Valley Bank to receive APY. Member FDIC.
Get the latest local news and weather, live high school sports, and your favorite talk shows like 580 Live and Ask the Expert. Right from your smartphone with the 580 WCHS app. Go to Google Play or the App Store now and search for WCHS. Or check out WCHSnetwork.com and download the app today. Then you'll have the news and information you need to connect to our community. The WCHS app. WCHS app. Now available at WCHSnetwork.com.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you part by Meeks Realty Group. Discover the unrivaled expertise of Meeks, your ultimate partners in all things real estate. 304-932-7488. That's the number for Rich the Realtor. Time to play everyone's favorite game. And it is called 10 questions. I have here in my right hand 10 totally at random questions. These questions are carefully formulated by our team of experts, locked away in a shed somewhere near Salt Rock, West Virginia. Please verify, Carrie, you have not seen or read the questions ahead of time?
Nope.
And for those listening at your home, at work, or in your car, in jail, or otherwise incapacitated, remember, no wagering. All right, are you ready to go?
Yes.
You actually already answered one of my questions, but I'm going to go with it anyway.
Okay.
Can you play any musical instrument, and if so, what? You've already said you can't, so if you could play a musical instrument, what would it be?
Well, I used to play the clarinet in elementary school, so I'll go with that.
Okay. Your go-to drink, non-alcoholic, please.
Oh, I'll have to go with Diet Coke.
Okay. What poster was likely to have been hanging on a teenage Miss Carrie's bedroom wall?
Jesse McCartney.
Okay. It was a singer, Danny.
Yes.
A lot has been made of mayonnaise this week because of the WVU win Wednesday night over North Carolina in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Mayonnaise, Miss Carrie, fan or not?
Light mayonnaise.
Okay. All right.
So, yes.
TV on when sleeping or other noise, yes or no?
No noise, no TV.
Okay. What's the first movie you remember loving as a child?
Oh, Back to the Future, Part 1 and 2. Still my favorite to this day.
And that was even really before your time.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Spring, summer, fall, or winter?
Oh, summer, for sure.
Okay. If you could move to any other state or country, what would it be?
Oh, or country, Italy. I've never been, but.
Okay. Yeah. Your least favorite famous person, celebrity you just don't get?
Oh, gosh, I'd have to think about that. Can I come back to that?
Yes.
Okay.
A food combination that others may think is weird, but you love.
Oh my God, these are hard, Dave. I'm gonna have to come back to that too.
Okay. The
pressure's on.
Your least favorite famous person.
My least favorite famous person.
You can't possibly be the only person that has never completed 10 questions.
I know. Oh, see, I was nervous about this.
Okay.
How about Danny Masterson?
Yeah, Danny, the kid from that 70s show that's going to be doing life in prison now.
Oh, I didn't really watch that 70s show that much.
Okay.
So.
All right, we'll skip that. Okay. A food combination that you like that others may think is weird.
I really don't eat anything weird, though.
No dips, nothing that you dip things. My wife likes Fritos and mustard. See, I like peanut butter and cheese. Danny, do you have one?
Peanut butter and mayonnaise.
Actually,
salad dressing on crackers.
Okay, as a I don't like this anymore, but as a kid, I would eat microwave popcorn and a glass of milk.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
To me, that sounds gross now.
Okay. All right. So, but we still don't have the celebrity yet.
We don't. Okay. I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking about people that I like, but who do I really not like?
All right.
How much time do we have?
About 45 seconds.
The pressure's on.
How do you feel about Taylor Swift?
I used to not like her, and now I really like her because I actually listen to her lyrics. So I do like her.
We got to come up. All right, Danny.
Got to think of something.
Danny, I'm going to let you pinch hit.
On 4. What's the question?
The celebrity that you just don't like. Not political for you. Not political.
Well, I said Danny Masterson.
Okay.
That was, and people want to know about Leah Remini blew the whistle on him.
Yeah.
He was into Scientology and he raped a few women. So now he's got 30 years in prison.
All right. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you part by Hudson's Pizza. This month, your favorite Hudson's get the special holiday packets, a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza, 10 breadsticks, 12 hot wings, and a 2-liter Pepsi. Only $33.99. Find your local Hudson's at Hudson'sPizza.com. Carrie, I appreciate you stepping in this morning. Thank you so often.
Thank you,
Now,
Dave.
what's going to happen in 15 minutes? She's going to come running into my office, and she's just going to throw somebody out. Somebody's name.
I'm going to have time to think about it. So.
I'll put it on my social media.
Okay,
so we'll get it out there.
Okay.
Danny, you're coming up on Hotline with
Hoppy. Opening up. 10:06.
10:06. In other words, he said, "Get out of my chair." That's what he's saying. All right. My producer was Ryan Nicholson. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a happy New Year. I will see you on Tuesday. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM, 96.5 FM Charleston, 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.
Come ring in the new year in Denver. Celebrate with parties, champagne toasts, live music, and dazzling fireworks. Catch the firework displays from the 16th Street Mall at both 9 p.m. and midnight. And come check out the incredible Mile High Tree, presented by Xfinity, a free one-of-a-kind lights experience. Enjoy sparkling new adventures for a spectacular new year, only in the Mile High City. Plan your celebration and find great hotel packages at milehighholidays.com/NYE.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.